Hey guys! So, with the Academy Awards just a few days away, it's time for me to continue my Oscar deep dive discussion vids, and today we're going to be talking about the juiciest category of this year. That's right, we're talking about Best Actress. My god, I know you guys have been really hungry for me to talk about this one. The nominees for Best Actress at the 2022 Oscars are Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer. Just like last year, this category has been absolute chaos, and I am so here for it. This race has been absolutely balmy. Nothing has gone the way we thought it would. And while that's frustrating at times, it also keeps the race very interesting. And yes, we now have some new evidence to suggest we might have a new frontrunner, but is it a secure path to victory? Not a chance. Since Jessica Chastain collected the Critics' Choice Award and the SAG Award, many have claimed her to be the next winner for Best Actress at the Oscars. And I have to agree, I do think she does have the best chance. She's got 2 precursor wins, she's had 2 previous Oscar nominations with no wins just yet, so she does have a slight overdue narrative working in her favor. Is third time the charm for Jessica Chastain, like it could be for Will Smith. All that stuff does give Jessica Chastain a slight edge, but it's not enough for me to say that she's a dead cert. There's too many variables at play in this category. So let's talk about them variables. The first one is that none of the Best Actress performances were in films that have been nominated for Best Picture. Not a single one. Okay, this hasn't happened since 2006. Normally there's at least 1 or 2 performances from lead actresses getting a Best Picture nomination as well. It's not happened this year, and this is the first time where it's mandatory that there are 10 slots for Best Picture, okay? 10, not 5, and not a single one of the Best Actress nominees is also in Best Picture. Weird, right? Second variable, not a single Best Actress nominee for the Oscars received a BAFTA nomination, which is like unprecedented. Because normally the BAFTAs are a very reliable precursor at predicting who's going to win Best Actress at the Oscars. For the last 8 years in a row, Best Actress has matched at BAFTA and Oscars. But that's not happening this year because BAFTA winner Joanna Scanlon wasn't nominated at the Oscars. And the third variable is all of the films that these actresses received their nominations for were severely under-nominated. Like, Kristen Stewart was the sole nomination for Spencer. She's representing that film, that's it. And then Parallel Mothers and The Eyes of Tammy Faye only got 2 each. Parallel Mothers, Best Actress for Penelope Cruz, obviously, and Best Score. And for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Best Actress, Jessica Chastain, obviously, and it got a hair and makeup nomination. And then the other 2, Being the Ricardos and, what was the 5th one? The Lost Daughter, there we go. They got 3 nominations apiece. Being the Ricardos received a triptych of acting nominations for Nicole Kidman, Harvey Bardem, and J.K. Simmons, whereas The Lost Daughter received 2 acting nominations, one for Olivia Colman and a Best Supporting Actress nomination for Jessie Buckley, along with the nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay for Maggie Gyllenhaal. So there's no one film out of the Best Actress nominees which has an abundance of nominations. It's quite level, really. So looking at that, there's no one film of the Best Actress nominees which has a considerable advantage in terms of the amount of nominations that their film received. I'd actually say it's a fairly level playing field. There doesn't seem to be anybody that has a massive lead. I do have to ask myself certain questions, like, because Being the Ricardos received 3 acting nominations, does that give Nicole Kidman an advantage? Because it heavily implies that the Academy likes the performances in Being the Ricardos, but also, does the fact that The Lost Daughter received a screenplay nomination give more Academy voters more of a reason to watch The Lost Daughter? Because a screenplay nomination is important, it's more regarded. So are more people going to be watching The Lost Daughter because of the screenplay nomination? Maybe. Like I said, there's just so many variables and things to consider when trying to tabulate who's got the advantage in this category. There's an argument to be made that any one of the 5 nominees could win this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an argument for all 5 of these nominees. Let's start off with Kristen Stewart. Okay, so Kristen Stewart was largely considered the early frontrunner for this category when Spencer premiered at Venice. It's also an iconic role. She's playing Princess Diana, for God's sakes. You know, a real-life figure. There's a good dollop of tragedy in her story. The Academy loves that. The critics absolutely adored Stewart's performance. She won so many Best Actress trophies in the critics groups. Kristen Stewart has also been earning a lot of clout over the past decade, taking on more challenging roles in smaller films. This is also Kristen Stewart's first ever Oscar nomination. In fact, she's the only first-time nominee in this Best Actress category. So there is an argument to be made, should we give Best Actress to someone new and up-and-coming, like they have done in the past with Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Stone, Brie Larson, Natalie Portman. They were all around about Kristen Stewart's age when they won. She really fits the mold of an ingenue Best Actress Oscar win. And as we've seen quite recently, the Academy does like to award actors who are playing British people in a position of power. Look at Olivia Colman in The Favourite, Helen Mirren for The Queen, and even make the argument for Meryl Streep in The Iron Lady, or Gary Oldman in The Darkest Hour. But Kristen Stewart's chances of winning the Oscar were drastically slashed when Spencer just kept getting shut out of all the Guild nominations, like costume, makeup, cinematography, score, like it just kept getting shut out. And then Stewart herself got shut out of SAG and BAFTA. So yeah, no actress has ever won Best Actress at the Oscars without at least a SAG nomination for the same role. So it just seemed very unlikely that Kristen Stewart can overcome that history with this role. Is this the performance which breaks the rule that you need to have a SAG nomination in order to win Best Actress at the Oscars? I don't think it's gonna happen because the film is just so polarizing. There's a lot of people that don't like Spencer. And she sadly hasn't won any substantial precursors. She didn't win the Golden Globe. She didn't win the Critics' Choice, where she was kind of expected to win there. If she was going to pull off a surprise win at the Oscars, I do think she would need at least one substantial precursor win in order to do that. And Critics' Choice was her best chance, and she lost to Jessica Chastain there. I'm gonna say this for the record now, that Kristen Stewart is who I personally want to see win Best Actress this year. I think the Oscar should go to Kristen Stewart out of these 5 nominees. But do I think it's going to happen? Sadly not. There is just too much working against her in order for her to win here. No SAG nomination, no substantial precursor wins. The film that she's in is polarizing, and also she's the sole nomination for that film. And while it is possible for an actress to win Best Actress at the Oscar being the sole nomination for that film, the actress in question needs to be sweeping through award season to do it, like Charlize Theron or Julianne Moore. Metamorphic Crystals asks me on YouTube, could Kristen Stewart win because of sympathy? It's an interesting question, even though I do think she has garnered some sympathy because of the egregious SAG and BAFTA snubs, and just the general snubbery for Spencer overall has been quite discussed in the film Twitter sphere. There is an argument to be made that maybe she could pull off a surprise win, kind of like Ben Affleck did when he was snubbed for Best Director at the Oscars, but then went on to win Best Picture with Argo as a producer, kind of getting sympathy that way. So there is an argument to be made that Kristen Stewart could win on a sympathetic vote, but again, there's just too many other factors working against her. I don't think she has enough sympathy to garner that bigger percentage of the votes. I think that the Academy views Kristen Stewart's nomination for Spencer as the recognition that she deserves, but I don't think they're going to give her the win for Spencer. I would love to see her pull off a last-minute surprise, but I think her chances of winning are slim at best. But by all means, please give me some chaos. Some people have ruled out Penelope Cruz. I haven't, because Cruz managed to actually beat 2 of her competitors, Olivia Colman and Kristen Stewart, to the Best Actress Volpe Cup at Venice. And out of all 5 of these films that these actresses are nominated for, Parallel Mothers is the most liked film by critics and audiences. It has the best score on Metacritic, IMDb, and Rotten Tomatoes. And also, Penelope Cruz has wonderful international appeal. Like, she could be very popular with the voters of the Academy who don't come from the USA. But again, like Kristen Stewart, the lack of a SAG nomination is a big obstacle for Penelope Cruz to overcome. History suggests that it's not going to go to Kristen Stewart or Penelope Cruz, but then again, there's always exceptions to the rule. Could one of them be the first one to prove the rule wrong? I would love to see it happen, because then we can say in future Best Actress Oscar races that you don't necessarily need a SAG nomination in order to win Best Actress. But yeah, I am not sold on Penelope Cruz or Kristen Stewart being the first one to be the exception to the rule. Olivia Colman really does have her supporters. I've seen a lot of people on film Twitter saying that she is gonna win her second Oscar for The Lost Daughter. Like, they are convinced of it. And I would agree there is some validity to their arguments because she's Olivia Colman. She has become an Oscars darling in the past few years. She's had, what, 3 nominations in 4 years and 1 win? Like, she really is a beloved figure in the industry, and she's also got so much prestige surrounding her now. The Lost Daughter also received a screenplay nomination, which does help at the Academy Awards. Is that enough to entice voters to watch The Lost Daughter and see Olivia Colman's performance and want to award it? Perhaps. Olivia Colman has also done pretty well with precursor nominations. She's placed everywhere that she needed to, apart from BAFTA, but nobody placed at BAFTA. But the problem is, she hasn't won any precursors. Is she likely to jump out at the last minute and snatch the Oscar away at the last moment? I wouldn't put it past Olivia Colman because she has done that before. But does lightning strike twice? I think it's less likely of happening this year because The Favourite was a heavily nominated film, it was up for Best Picture, and The Lost Daughter only has 3 nominations and it is a far more polarizing film than The Favourite was. So yeah, I don't feel confident about Olivia Colman's chances, but I'm not ruling her out. Nicole Kidman is someone I can see pulling off a surprise win here because she did win the Golden Globe, and the Golden Globe is usually a reliable precursor as to who's going to go on to win the Oscar. She's also playing a beloved figure from the entertainment industry, Lucille Ball, and the Academy eats that stuff up. Look at Renee Zellweger playing Judy Garland. And like I said previously, Being the Ricardos did receive 3 nominations for acting, which implies that the Academy, which is mostly made up of actors, do like the acting in Being the Ricardos, so maybe they will want to acknowledge it. It's also been 19 years since Nicole Kidman won her first Oscar for The Hours, and given the tremendous success that Kidman has had with her career, it does seem like she is a little bit overdue for a second Oscar by now. But Nicole Kidman's win at the Golden Globes was a bit of a surprise, and she hasn't really capitalized on the momentum of that win. She hasn't won anything else, actually. I also think that the love for Being the Ricardos has cooled off quite substantially. I don't see a lot of people talking about this film anymore. So while I do think that Nicole Kidman has a stronger chance than Penelope Cruz, Kristen Stewart, and Olivia Colman, it's not assured. Which leaves us with Jessica Chastain. And I've been saying ever since Kristen Stewart was snubbed at SAG and BAFTA, if we can't have Kristen Stewart win Best Actress, then can we please have Jessica Chastain win instead? After Kristen Stewart, Jessica Chastain is next in line as to who I personally want to see win Best Actress. Kristen Stewart has just the slightest of ages. I don't know what it is. There's something about performance that just takes her a little bit further than Jessica Chastain for me, but if it is Jessica Chastain, I'll be happy with that because I still think it is a phenomenal performance. But in terms of the Best Actress race, I do think that Jessica Chastain has a slight advantage now. I don't think it's a gimme, but I do think she has the most obvious path to victory now because she had a nice late surge of interest with her wins at the SAGs and the Critics' Choice. That's definitely given her a boost. It's also a box-checking performance. Like, she sings, she cries, she screams, she transforms into the role with a lot of makeup. She's also playing a real-life figure, and you can even make the argument that she's playing a figure from the entertainment industry. Not in the same way like Nicole Kidman is playing Lucille Ball, but yes, Tammy Faye was involved in the entertainment industry in some sense. And yeah, the Academy eats that stuff up usually. She's also been nominated in all the precursors, minus the BAFTA. She's also got a slight overdue narrative working in her favor because this is her 3rd nomination. She's been nominated twice before for The Help and Zero Dark 30. No wins yet. Is 3rd time lucky for Jessica Chastain? It could be, and some would make the argument that it's nicer to see someone win their first Oscar, like Jessica Chastain, rather than give Nicole Kidman her 2nd, or Olivia Colman her 2nd. But yeah, we can't really say that the Academy will go with a narrative like that, because just last year, Frances McDormand won her 3rd Best Actress Oscar for Nomadland, just a few years after she won for 3 Billboards. So yeah, the fact that she was a recent winner didn't affect their opinion at all. So the Academy aren't afraid to give an actress their 2nd Oscar rather than give, someone their 1st. So yeah, don't take that too seriously, but it does come into play. Plus, a lot of you guys have pointed out to me that the Academy does like to pair Best Actress with hair and makeup, which The Eyes of Tammy Faye is also nominated for. Brittany Glaze said to me on YouTube, I think that The Eyes of Tammy Faye is going to win hair and makeup and Best Actress. Kind of like La Vie en Rose with Marion Cotillard. The Iron Lady with Meryl Streep, and Darkest Hour for Gary Oldman. So yeah, it's not just women, men can win for hair and makeup too. I guess you can also count Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club that also won hair and makeup. But yeah, that is definitely something to take into consideration because history does suggest the Academy likes to pair those two categories together. And while The Eyes of Tammy Faye received lukewarm reviews from critics, in fact this is the lowest rated film of the Best Actress contenders. I think it got a Metascore of 55 and a user score of 5.9, which is pretty average. Jessica Chastain's performance has been universally praised. It's a real showstopper of a performance. I also asked you guys who do you think is going to win this category, and you guys also seem to think that it's going to be Jessica Chastain. However, when I scrolled through the comments, there was still a very passionate and supportive fan base thinking that Kristen Stewart is still going to pull off a surprise win here. Normally, I would look at the BAFTA winner to make my prediction as to who's going to win the Oscar, but obviously the BAFTAs are useless this year, so I'm going off the SAG results because actors do make up the largest branch of the Academy, and the actors at SAG voted for Jessica Chastain, so I think that's going to be enough to get her the win at the Oscars. Plus 3 is a magic number. This is her 3rd nomination. She is a respected figure in the industry. I think they're gonna want to award her at some point, and now seems like a really good time to do so. Jessica Chastain seems like the winner. I don't think she's a lock, but she seems like the winner. So yeah, I'm gonna make my prediction that Jessica Chastain is our Best Actress winner at the Oscars this year. But as always guys, just one bloke's opinion. I wanna hear from you. What do you think about the Best Actress category this year? Let your voice be in that comment section down below. Also, if you've got any questions for Best Picture, editing, cinematography, pop them in the comment section. I'll try and answer a few of them. If you want to take part in the polls, Twitter's on the screen now. Just follow me there. I am going to be doing a live stream of the Oscars this Sunday, so if you want to see my reactions to the Oscars as they happen, there's a link in the description to the live stream. You can follow me there. Also, if you want more Oscars content, don't forget to click subscribe. And if you want to follow me on any of my other socials, TikTok, Instagram, it's all in the video description down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Carefield, and I'll see you next time.